On a beautiful summer Sunday night, Kate Burness, thank you. It's the rematch, part 2 of the home-and-home series between the Red Blacks and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who never led in that game at home last week, but pulled it out in the end.
The Swiss Army knife of this offense.
Here we go, 1st and 10, back to Augustine. Finds some room, turns it left, and he gets across midfield. So here we go in a 2nd and 4 from Mitchell. Opening drive of this game. Handing off, finding room. Through that hole goes Augustine. 1st down and more. And Robert Priester started to throw him down, but Augustine got even more. He got down inside the Red-Black 20. Nick Constantino with the hold and the snap from Gordon White. Legia to keep the streak going. 28 straight for Mark Legia. So it's a 1st and 10. Ottawa Red Blacks trailing 3-0. 2nd possession. William Stanback in at running back beside Drew Brown. Faking to stand back and throwing, intercepted. Picked off. Ticats defense. Stavros Katsantonis, the safety, jumping in front and taking it away. And it's the 3rd time in these 2 games against the Ticats that Brown has been picked up. 2nd and 5 now. Another 5 yards in the passing total. Well, this would certainly get him into the top 10. Touchdown, you know who. Kenny Lawler. He does it again. That's his 8th touchdown catch this year, and for Bo Levi Mitchell, that puts him into the top 10 all-time in CFL passing yardage. Lapo, 2nd and 18. Tough start, Ottawa down by 10. 2nd and long, short pass underneath the William Stanback, trying to do the rest himself, but he does a pretty good job of it. Up across the 45. Last 2. They've had to deal with 2nd and long. Here's 1st down and a fake to stand back, rolling out to the right. Throwing, it is caught, and still going is Pimpleton. Down the sideline, finally forced out, deep into the Ticat zone. It looked like they had him out of bounds much earlier. Kept his feet, stayed inside, and got a whole lot more down inside the 15, about the 14-yard line.
So it's very difficult when you have an outstanding defensive player like Kenny.
Lewis Ward on to give the 1st points to the Ottawa Red Blacks to start the 2nd quarter. So he's 15 and 19 on the season. That one a 21-yard chip shot. Constantino inside the 45 of the Ticats for Khalil Pimpleton. Down inside his 10. And Brian Cole was in close inside 5. You see the flags come out for no yards. So tack on 15 there. The Ticats, Lapo, have almost doubled them so far in that offense. Blitz coming. Off comes the helmet too. That looked dangerous on Drew Brown, who is still down. Down at the Ottawa 50.
We have a major foul, grade 2, roughing the passer against Hamilton, number 8. It's a 25-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down.
He's got the ability to create, and he can also be basically a running back playing quarterback.
Drew Brown has gone to the room, so here's Crum throwing on 1st down. Handing off to Daniel Adeboboye. Big hole, runs right through it, gets it down inside the 35. And haven't run as much since then. 4 receivers to the right, throwing the other way and completing it to Pimpleton. Crum to Pimpleton, inside the 20, and another Red Blacks 1st down. A hold from Richie Leone. So another 3 on the board for the Red Blacks, who get within 4.
They've really done a good job of stopping Hamilton for the most part after those takeaways last week.
Yeah, they had one big stand inside the 5. Ticats couldn't get it in, but eventually they did and got the victory, and that's a good coverage on the punt. Quickly. That quick hitter goes to Justin Hardy, who gets it. Dustin Crum at quarterback. Quickly again to the right. Another catch. He's 5 for 5 for 57 yards, taking the place of the injured Drew Brown, who headed to the dressing room after that hit earlier this quarter. Taking the handoff quickly again to Hardy. Justin Hardy down to the 32 of Hamilton. Oh, Kate, be happy to help. Did I hear, is there another race going on? See, we didn't have a monitor, we couldn't see. And up and through, another field goal for Lewis Ward. 3 for 3 on the night, so they're getting closer with those field goals, still 1 point behind. 3 straight Red Blacks field goals, unanswered. 2nd down and 6, Mitchell. That's caught, midfield. So enough for a 1st down. Little battle with Darius Pickett and Tim White after that.
That's the situational football they're working on right now.
2nd and 5, throwing to the left quickly to Tim White. 1st down, inside the 35, down to about the 32. Set that one last week. 1 for 1 on the night. And this to make it 29 in a row, which he does. For Dustin Crum, the quarterback now for the Red Blacks, and has been effective as he gets that one to Pimpleton.
Taking too much time off the clock.
Yeah,
here.
it's ticking. Under 15 now. Crum. Well, he decides to take off, get it as close as he can, and he has inside the 40. That's close enough for Lewis Ward. He's been one of the great new returners in the Canadian Football League, but that will not be a concern because Lewis Ward is 4 for 4, accounting for all the Red Blacks points with zeros on the clock. In favor of Dustin Crum after that injury. Bo Levi Mitchell on now. Pressure coming quickly. Michael Wakefield just had an open door and he walked right through it. Right at the quarterback to take him down. And another sack for Michael Wakefield. He was right on him, Lapo. Second sack of the season, Wakefield. So second down and long. 18 yards to go. Running around. Chuck it in deep. Open receiver to Keandre Smith. He got in behind coverage. And he has that ball down inside the Ottawa 5 for a first and goal, Hamilton. Treshaun Ward is the running back. Handing off to him. 3-2-1. Touchdown, Ticats. Hamilton reaches the end zone again, and it is Treshaun Ward getting it, and his first touchdown.
And that's what we talked about last week. There are a couple of critical errors at critical times. That's a critical error. That's a preventable penalty that's hurting the Red Blacks.
Ticats got a lot of pressure in Leone, too. He does get it away to Wooden. Moving around, goes short side, and he gets it up across the 30 after a 50-yard punt. Hamilton up the score. Pressure coming on Mitchell. He gets rid of it to the left. It's caught. Tim White turns around. He gets away from DeAndre Lamont, and Bennett Williams finally pushes him out. And that is just across midfield, too. And another big first down for Mitchell and the Ticats. Pressure on Mitchell, and he's going down. They get another sack of Bo Levi Mitchell. It is Bryce Carter coming in for his third sack of the season, and a big one too at this point on the field, and it'll force him to punt. And there's an onside player too. Watch that as it is punted away here by Constantino with a player onside. Coverage down and into the end zone, and it is barely out of the end zone on that return, and that is a newcomer to the Ottawa Red Blacks, and instead of giving up the point, brings it out to the 1. You don't worry about that point at this stage of the game. Late third quarter, time ticking away, and they are deep in their zone. Crum, he's chucking it deep though. Looking for a big hit there, and it's intercepted. Destin Talbot. Right there, stride for stride in coverage, so I mean, that's one of those interceptions that's about the same as a punt, but that was a first down play and a deep look. And Talbot has the pick. It is a 2nd and 8 to start the fourth quarter for the Ticats. Throwing quickly, intercepted! Darius Pickett! They needed a turnover, and they just got one there as Pickett, he stays on his feet to celebrate. He heads into the end zone and does a little tumble. But the main thing is it's Ottawa football after this interception. Braden field goals for the touchdown scored by Hamilton. Trying to work their way a little closer, and they do. 5 for 5, Lewis Ward. On the 1st and 10 from the 40. And off to the right for Keandre Smith, who hauled in a big one, a 63-yarder earlier in this half. 1st and 10. It is caught. Another catch down inside the Red Black 45. Couple of quick strikes, couple of first downs. Mitchell shouts out some instructions again up at the line. Looks over the middle, down inside the 5. Giovanni Robinson has it. Another catch for Big 84, close to a touchdown. And Milanovic Litre in, the short yardage quarterback left side, pushing, touchdown Hamilton. The Ticats, and it's Litre with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. Did earlier this season, started a lot in his rookie year back in 23. On the ground and breaking through. Daniel Adeboboye still going. Stavros Katsantonis takes Adeboboye down, but not until he gets inside the Hamilton 40. Well, they needed that. He had a 52-yard run in Calgary. That was his best game as a Red Black and their only victory back in week 3. That's in behind the line. Double pass. Hardy takes it, throws it down for Geno Lewis. It is intercepted. Destin Talbert, another pick, his second of the night, as it was put in behind for Hardy and was looking for Geno Lewis, but it does not work out, and there's your turnover score again. Another one going against the Red Blacks. Touchdown, one pick. So 3 shy of a 300-yarder. More importantly for them, though, they try to protect that lead. The defense now, that's Khalil Pittman. So special teams, they get the tackle, so up to the defense now. Down 2 scores, 3 minutes, and the warning coming up. 3rd down and 6. Trying to avoid another turnover. The throw knocked away and nearly intercepted. It's a turnover anyway on downs as that Hamilton defense steps up again. Jonathan Moxey in there.
On explosive plays, on like 20-plus pass plays this season.
Peters leading the way, Lapo. Jamal Peters with 3 after his 2 last week. That's Augustine.
So he had to get the right people on the bus that he wanted to do what he wanted to do, and it's paying off now.
Mark Leggio, another field goal, so he's 3 for 3 on the night and 30 straight field goals in 30 attempts. Hamilton Tiger Cats are on a roll. They've won 4 in a row, and they've got the BC Lions next week